Hey guys, it's Drew again. I've been actively collecting for 40 years now, and I've had all different types of strategies and methods of how I want to build my collection, what I want it to look like, or different methods and ways that I want to make it grow for the future. But I've come up with a new streamlined way of how I want to go forward, and I wanted to share that with you today. So let's check it out. So there's all different ways that people collect. I mean, some people collect teams, just certain teams, different players of just one team or a couple of teams. Some people just like player collection. They pick a player and they just go all in on that one player. Other people are set collectors. Other people like graded cards or raw cards, high grade cards, just every common cards. I mean, there's even a guy I know that likes pinhole cards, if you could imagine. But anyway, there's all different ways that people collect. And you know what? There's no wrong way to do it. We all have our different methods and the way we like to look. And I've been doing this, but as you probably know if you've been watching my videos for a while, that I've been trying to downsize my collection. Now, it's not that I want to get rid of everything, it's I want very specific cards. There was a time where I was just accumulating massive amounts of cards because they were cool or because they were Hall of Famer or because they like the set or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there was a point where I realized I had so many different cards in my collection that I never looked at. In fact, cards I had forgotten I had. I didn't know where I got them, when I got them. They just had massive amounts of cards, and I thought, you know what? That's not the way I wanted to be. I wanted to be a very streamlined, specific way. So the first thing I did was I sold off a huge amount of my collection. You've heard this story before, so I'm not going to go into it. And I've slowly decreased, but in the cards that I have picked up, I've been very specific on how I want to get them. I've had lists of cards, just like a lot of us have lists of things we want, or want lists and whatever, when we're going to shows or looking on auctions or however we buy our cards. But I came to a point where, because of finances and everything, I really have a hard time because, like everybody, my want list is pretty big, or it could be really big, and I wanted to be specific. So what I decided to do was I wanted to try to train myself, my mind, because I get very focused on when I want a certain thing or certain things that I just go all for it. So what I decided to do is I don't want a long want list. I don't want, well, I want all the cards from this set or all the cards from this player. What I ever want, at least right now until I change my mind again, is I want 3 cards. And that 3 card list is going to change. But to make that list, they have got to be very specific cards. There's got to be a reason I want those cards for my collection. Sometimes they may be rather pricey, especially for me. Sometimes they may not cost much at all, but there's very specific reasons of why I want those cards. So right now, I have a list of 3 cards on my want list. Now, I've had people say, well, do you have other ones? Like, what's your number 4 and 5? I try not to think about that. I know that there's cards that I can put on there, and I know there's things kind of churning in my mind, or when I'm watching videos or see other cards, I'm like, well, that'd be kind of cool to have. But I sort of keep it away from that list of 3. I don't want to have my backup or my who's on deck in case one of those things go. So I'm going to share with you right now the 3 cards that I have on my want list. So, and I'm going to show you a picture of each one of them if you're not familiar, okay? Number 1 is I want the 1952 Coke Tips Pee Wee Reese. Now, I've talked about this card. I've looked for this card. I never even heard of this card until I was at the National last year, and I was with Dom from Staven Sports Cards, and he pointed it out, and I was like, that's kind of a cool card. Well, then later I went back to find it again, and it had sold. Well, then I started on a hunt, and I couldn't find it. It's not that I couldn't find it at the National. I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find it at shows. I couldn't find it online. I couldn't find it on eBay. I couldn't find it at auction houses. And the more I couldn't find it, the more I really wanted it. Well, then I started studying the set. What is this card? Where did it come from? What was the set like? And talking to my good friend Sammy Thunder, and Sammy's got a couple of those cards in the set. I learned a lot from him. I did a lot of research online, and I thought, you know what? That's a card I want. So, 1952 Coke Tips Pee Wee Reese. Beautiful card. I just really looking forward to getting that in my collection someday. Number 2 on my list, I want a 1949 Leaf Joe Gordon. And there's a reason I want that card specifically, a few reasons actually, but you know what? I'm not going to share those reasons until I finally get that card. I don't have it yet, but someday I'm going to add my 1949 Leaf Joe Gordon. And then finally, I want any card from the 1888 Scraps Tobacco set. And here's an example of what those cards look like. And again, I've got reasons of why I want a card from this set. but I'm going to wait until I pick up a card, and then I'll tell about why I want that card so bad. So those are the 3 cards on my list, and I don't have a number 4. I don't have a number 5. I have cards, of course, I wouldn't mind having, but I don't have the next one in case one of them gets bumped out. But I don't know how long it's going to take to get these 3 cards. And it's not that they're in order. It's not that it's Coke and then Leaf and then the scraps. It could be in any order of availability of when I find one, the right one for the price that I have, and I have the money on hand at that time. But that's the way I want to approach collecting from now on. I only want ever 3 cards. And when I get one of those cards, it'll be more special to me. I know me. I know that when I get that one card, it'll be more cherished. The story will be that much more sweet. The search for it will be that much more great. And then I get to share that story with you. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer here. I actually did get one of these cards, and there's a number of you watching this video that know I did get one of these cards. Now, I found it. I won it in an auction, and I'm waiting for it to be shipped. So when it gets here and I finally get it ready, I'll share that with you. I'll share you why I want that card and wanted that card in my set, and I'll share what the replacement card will be on that list of 3. Anyway, but that's the way I want to do it. So how do you collect? What are your lists? Is it just team sets, one of everything, type collecting? Type collecting is a lot of fun. You like just teams? Do you like just players? Do you like everything? Is it only baseball? Is it any sport? I mean, everybody has so many different ways to do it. I want to hear about the passion of what makes your want list, because my want list, it's good for me, but it may not be good for anybody else. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I'm really excited about this approach. It really simplifies it, and it sort of takes that white noise out of my mind where I'm always like, ooh, look at this. Because what I don't want, absolutely do not want to have, is I don't want to just start obtaining more and more things until I get to that point again where I'm like, I don't even know where I got this stuff. So 3 cards on my list. I can't wait till I show you the one that I did pick up and share with you what replaced it on that list. So anyway, maybe next week I'll get that video out if I can get this one in the mail. But until next time, you guys be good.